We're at the 7th day of 2009. It's the perfect day to resolve to become a better you. Since Jurius, a Roman ruler, started setting New Year's resolutions over 2,000 years ago, people have attempted, at the start of a new year, to change behavior in one form or another. And I expect there's at least one person in this room who has set New Year's resolutions. And I'm not going to ask you how any of you are doing. I will ask you to consider this new year filled with the possibility and promise and how you can become a better, more fulfilled person. We all have a measure of ambivalence when it comes to New Year's resolutions, and we may have great reason for it. Popular reasons like getting into shape, losing weight, learning a new skill like public speaking, are all pursuits, great pursuits to achieve. But unfortunately, unless you have a well-planned and determined mindset, you're probably not going to make it past the first month. An interesting observation that I've made of New Year's resolutions is that they usually are external. They involve an external alteration in your behavior. So I'd like us to look at resolutions from an entirely different point of reference. Instead of looking at the New Year's resolutions that are most obvious, that are external resolutions, that are most obvious, how about concentrating on your intrinsic self, your character, your personality, your disposition? Now, character is often said to be what you do when no one else is looking. I'd like to add that it's what you think as well, and how you allow yourself to focus your thoughts. Your character has a direct impact on how you arrange your attitude. Now you may be asking yourself, what about Warren's character flaws? Sometimes the best person to ask where you need character correction is someone other than yourself. I went to a few close friends who said that sometimes I'm talking with them, but I'm not listening. And I'm sure you've all experienced that at one point or another, and you're probably doing it right now. That's so true of me with my thoughts. Focusing on a conversation, sometimes I'm focusing on a conversation, but I'm thinking about anything else but the conversation at hand. Mike Howard, a fellow Toastmaster, gave me a button last year which says, "Own the moment." And I like that because it speaks to the issue of being present in the moment and not being distracted. Living fully in the present in the moment through active listening. That's one of my many character resolutions for 2009. Come with me, if you will. Whoops. No. What's going on?
You're turning on the screen.
Okay, it's good. It's good.
On?
Yeah,
It's on, yeah.
Okay. Come with me, if you will, on an imaginary journey. You're blindfolded and taken on a plane to a secret place. When the blindfold is lifted, you stand here, the Grand Canyon. Now, there are three things I want you to see here, and it's not the obvious. It's not the Grand Canyon. What I want you to see here are three possibilities. Three things: possibilities, promises, and yourself. For you to realize the promises behind the possibilities that exist for this year, you need to deal with yourself. And by yourself, I mean your character, who you are as a person. Think about how an icicle is formed. Dripping water freezes one drop at a time until the icicle reaches great length and weight. And the longer it's allowed to form, the more sparkle it has as the light reflects on it. Our character is formed the same way, one drop at a time, until we have a heavy, solid, crystal form of beauty and character within us. Character is a combination of the inner qualities and is personified in how we present ourselves to others. Our character is shown, oftentimes, through our words and actions, but it originates much deeper into the core of our being and who we are. So, before we move too far into the new year, consider taking a reflective look at your character, and if there are areas of improvement, start to work on them immediately. I'd suggest, as I did, asking a close friend where you may need character correction, as I call it. Then and only then are you able to dive into the new year and experience the full promise of what lies ahead for you. It was Henry David Thoreau who said, "What lies before us and what lies behind us are small matters compared to what lies within us. And when we bring what's within us out into the world, miracles happen." Allow the miracle within you to come forth in a sparkling array of a beautiful life this year. Thank you.